Hello and welcome back to the Satoshi Society YouTube channel. My name is AJ, one of the hosts here, and today, as I'm sure you are aware, we have seen a little push towards the upside for Bitcoin. However, for me, this is still not a sustainable push towards the upside, and of course, I am going to talk about why I don't think this is a sustainable, and I'm also going to talk about why we have had this push towards the upside as well. So if that sounds interesting, please make sure you smash a like on this video. I do really appreciate it. It does really help the channel out. And yeah, I can continue to bring you these videos as well and continue to bring the trades that I bring you as well. Of course, today I'm going to talk about the trade that I have open as well. Mr. New Creation, nice to see you back. Hello. So yeah, before we get into the video, as I said, please smash a like on this video, and yeah, we'll get straight on into the chart. So taking a look at the Bitcoin 4-hour chart here, as we can see, we have had this push towards the upside, and we are back above that value area high. Now, the trade I still have open, okay, I still have this trade open. As we can see, it's in close to a 3% loss as of right now. That's okay. We were in over 11% profits with this trade. But unfortunately, Bitcoin has pushed towards the upside, but I'm not expecting this pump to last very long at all. Of course, I'm going to explain why. But even if this trade gets stopped out, okay, the stop loss is at $17,514 approximately. I still anticipate that we are going to have a crash, even if this trade was to get stopped out. So if this trade was to get stopped out, I'll be looking for my next shorting opportunity, unless the bulls did decide to come in and bring in that volume. That's all, sort of that my trade is relying on right now, is that the bulls are just not coming in, and we're going to talk about that. The bulls are fighting, but there just isn't enough of them to keep the momentum going towards the upside. So looking at this 4-hour, we do have a new horizontal level coming in. As we can see here, we have this white horizontal level that is going to act as a bit of resistance if we do come up to that level, which is sat at approximately $17,340. So we do just have to be aware of that as well. But yeah, coming and taking a look at sort of the chart of the week. I've been talking about this chart for a while now, and as we can see, it's more on 12-hour this pattern. So we had this descending triangle, which is a bearish pattern. However, it broke towards the upside. That's all well and good, and we can see the price pump from here, but we do need that bullish volume to come in to actually have a sustainable pump and for that momentum to keep going and keep the momentum going and pushing that price higher. However, the volume is still decreasing. We can see it on the 12-hour. As you can see, we're having this pump now, but look at the volume. Okay, just look at that volume. There's almost no volume there, next to nothing volume, lower than the previous pump. Oh, well, the previous pump here, lower than the pump before that, even lower than the pump before that, even lower before the pump before that, and definitely lower than the pump, the very first pump. So we can see that volume is decreasing. We can see it a bit clearer on the daily. As we can see here, very, very clearly, volume is decreasing, but the price is pushing towards the upside. This is a very, very bearish sign. This is textbook for a bull trap. And I don't think people are really realizing this right now. People are getting very bullish. That's okay. Yeah, it's okay to get bullish, but we need the volume there. Right now, the bullish volume just isn't there. So for me, I cannot flip bullish. If you've been following the channel, we traded this one perfectly here. We traded this bull trap, we shorted this, and we made a $4,000 profit on this trade, 120% profit. It was a really nice trade because everyone was getting really bullish, but there was no bullish volume there. Okay. So that pump is not sustainable, and we found a really nice shorting opportunity. We shorted that and made a really, really nice trade, and I'm looking to do the exact same here, which is why I'm in this short position, as you can see right here. As I said, it's in a slight loss. It was actually a winning trade, but unfortunately, we have seen those bulls try and fight back, and that's understandable, and I'm going to talk about that as well. So for that, we need to go into the 4-hour on this chart here. And what we can see is we can see an ascending parallel channel. Now, we're going to look at the volume on this ascending parallel channel as well. But just for now, we can see that we have respected the resistance very well, as you can see right there. We've also respected it this resistance as previous support. So as you can see, we've used it as support here, we used it as support here, and we used it as support here before the break towards the downside. We've also respected this support level very well as well. Tested it there to the dollar, tested it right here to the dollar, and the third test to the dollar here as well. So as we can see, this is why we have seen this push towards the upside. It looks as though the bulls are buying at this support level here. But, we are coming into resistance. The mid-range does act as resistance within these parallel channels. So we do just have to be aware of that. We are just below that resistance. The resistance is coming in at around, $17,300 to $17,400. But this is why we have had that push towards the upside. Now we're going to take a look at this volume within this parallel channel as well, and this is just another bearish sign for me. So an ascending parallel channel is technically a bearish pattern because it is ascending, and we do tend to see them break towards the upside. Yes, they can break to. We do tend to see them break towards the downside. Yes, they can break towards the upside, like the descending. Triangle here, it's a bearish pattern, but it did break towards the upside. But for it to be a sustainable break, it needs to have volume. So for me right now, it's more likely that this is actually going to break towards the downside, and the volume is telling me so as well. This is what we want to see in an ascending parallel channel. We want to see volume decreasing, and what we can see is on the first pump, we've had lots of bullish volume. That's good, okay? But on the second pump, as you can see here, we had a decrease in that bullish volume, and now we're having this third pump. Now, I know we haven't quite made it to the top here, but again, that volume is very low. Okay, the volume is decreasing, and unless we can get that bullish volume coming in, the likelihood of us coming up and testing this resistance again is not likely at all. Okay, so we just need that bullish volume to come in. It's exactly the same story as this daily chart here as well. Okay, if we can get that bullish volume coming in, then yes, I will admit that I was wrong and I will flip bullish. But right now, that bullish volume just is not coming in, and I'm still bearish, okay? I'm still bearish. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm shorting. I know it's not winning right now, but I'm expecting this to be a winning trade. And even if we does hit the stop loss and the bullish volume still isn't there, I'm still going to look for another short position. So right now, I'm still very, very bearish. As you can see, this pump here, next to nothing volume. Okay, look at the volume right there. Look at the volume at the bottom. There is almost no volume coming in at all. This is not sustainable. Okay, I posted this over on Twitter. If you don't follow us on Twitter, make sure you follow us here. Satoshi Society. The handle is Society Satoshi. So make sure you follow us on Twitter because we do give you updates there as well. But I did about an hour ago. I tweeted this. This Bitcoin pump is not sustainable as the volume is continuing to decrease. This is why I am still bearish. However, if the bulls can bring in the bullish volume, then yes, we could pump higher. But as of right now, the pump is not sustainable because volume is decreasing. Okay, so make sure you follow us on Twitter. I do give you updates there, but it's not sustainable. This pump cannot continue on volume like this. Okay, the bulls need to come in. We need more bulls coming in to continue this momentum towards the upside. If the bulls don't come in, then the bears are going to step in and they're going to dump this price. They're going to say, right, if you're not going to continue to push the price higher, then we're going to take over and we're going to dump this price. So for me right now, I'm still very much bearish. Yes, we've had a push to $17,300, but it's still looking very bearish because that bullish volume isn't coming in. So that's all we need to wait for right now is whether that bullish volume is going to come in or not. If it doesn't come in, the bears are going to take control and they're going to absolutely dump the price of Bitcoin. And this could be the pattern that takes us down to 14,000. This is what I've been saying. But if the bullish volume comes in, if the bulls decide to push the price higher and we get a big spike in bullish volume, then we're going to see the price push. And no doubt about it, the price could come all the way up to $18,500. However, I don't see that happening right now because, as I said, the bullish volume just isn't there. If we can get the bullish volume coming in, then yes, but it's just not there. So it's not sustainable at all. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm still shorting. I'm still holding up this short. And as I said, even if this short does get stopped out, I'm going to look for another short if the volume is still looking as it looks right now. If the volume still looks like that and I get stopped out, then I'm looking for another short because it's so very bearish. Okay, we've seen this. We've seen this here previously a few weeks ago. If you've been following the channel, as I said at the start, we shorted this bull trap as well. We got the break towards the upside with no volume at all. Then the bears stepped in, and we took advantage of that. We shorted a nice cluster of resistance up here. That was a really, really nice short. We made $4,000 on that. It was a really, really nice trade for us, 120% trade. So, I'm looking to sort of replicate that trade on this one here, as long as those bulls don't come in. So right now, just waiting to see whether those bulls come in or not. So, yeah, if you've got trading view, I would advise you to draw this pattern on your chart and just keep an eye on that volume. Okay, that's all we got to do right now is keep an eye on this volume. I'm sort of just sitting on the sidelines, sitting on this trade, just waiting to see whether those bulls come in or not. Let's take a quick look at Ethereum as well. For Ethereum, there is a major resistance level coming in at $1,300 approximately. We're just below that level right now. We broke this support level here. We retested it, got a rejection, but of course, we've seen Bitcoin push towards the upside. So this is why we're seeing Ethereum push towards the upside as well. I want to take a quick look at the DXY. Let's take a DXY on the daily. So the DXY is still at this support level, but still, I'm not really taking the DXY into account. I know they used to be inversely correlated and it was really helpful for our analysis, but right now it's not really, because taking a look from the 4th of November, the DXY has just non-stop been going down. We take a look at Bitcoin since the 4th of November. Where was it? Back here. So around the 4th of November here, we've just seen Bitcoin going down as well. And now we've got this consolidation period here. But yeah, for me right now, because we've seen the DXY and Bitcoin come down at the same time, it's not really the best thing to be looking at. Looking at the S&P 500, we're seeing the S&P 500 sort of get a rejection from some resistance levels. Which was the best chart to look at? Was it this one here? Let's come on the daily. There was resistance there, but we're seeing Bitcoin push towards the upside. We're seeing the S&P have a slight push towards the upside as well. But yeah, maybe we're going to start seeing them correlate again. But we'll have to see. I want to see a bit more data because again, we've seen the S&P pushing towards the upside, but we've been seeing Bitcoin pull back since the start of November. So for me, it's just not the best thing to be looking at. So I've just been looking at Bitcoin. Again, this pump isn't sustainable because the bullish volume just isn't coming in. The volume is continuing to decrease. And until any sort of big spike in bullish volume comes in, I'm going to remain bearish. Let's have a look. Crippy, I'm still thinking we get a scam pump to the upside to grab liquidity. Yeah, that's a very valid point there. We could have a pump, maybe even up to, sort of up to $18,500, grabbing the liquidity from $18,140 approximately, and then we see the price dump. Yes, that is a possibility. I'm just still very bearish. I'm still very bearish. I think to get up to $18,500, we need that bullish volume to come in. We need that big spike in bullish volume to come in. If we don't get that big spike, then I wouldn't anticipate the price coming up to $18,500. But yeah, if we do get the bullish spike in volume, then I would expect the price to come up to this major previous support now resistance level. So that's what I would be looking at. But yeah, I just don't see the price pumping unless we get this big spike in bullish volume, because the volume is just very clearly decreasing. This happens every single time. Okay, if we break towards the upside of a pattern and we see the volume continue to decrease, it's just a textbook bull trap. Okay, just getting everyone really excited, and then we see the price dump, and then we see the price dump. Hi AJ, could you have a short look at TWT? I'm in a short on the weekly. It is in overbought region. I can have a look at that TWT. We'll be adding to my short at 17,580 and $18,200. For me, I have that stop loss in, and I'm not too sure what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to reevaluate if we do see the price push up, and of course, you will be the first people to know about what I do. I'm still going to be looking for a short, but whether I let it hit the stop or not, because I could I could add to the short position, which would actually increase the price of my stop loss, because I have a 10% stop loss. But if I'm adding to the short position here, then it's going to increase the entry point that I have. So that would probably come up to $17,200, which would also increase the price of my stop loss as well. So I'm unsure what I'm going to do as of right now. I just want to see what the market wants to do. If we start seeing that bullish volume come in, then I will most likely just let it ride to the stop loss, and then reevaluate if we do come to a next major resistance level. But if we do push towards the upside and we're coming close to my stop loss and the bullish volume still isn't coming in, then yes, maybe I will just add to that short position and just increase the price, increase my entry price. Just dollar cost average that down, and well, dollar cost average it up because we're shorting. But yeah, dollar cost average that up. And yeah, that will increase the price of my stop loss as well. I normally have a stop loss 10 or 11%. That's where I have the stop loss at. So yeah, that's what I'll be looking at. But yeah, let's take a look at TWT for Mr. New Creation quick. To be honest, I don't think I've got any TA on it. So let me know if this is the right one here. Let me know if this is the right one. Wow, okay, that's had a pretty big push towards the upside. When was this? Is this just come out on February 21? Is this when it came out on Binance? Let's have a look at something else. Probably what would be. Let's have a look at BitGet. When did it come out on BitGet? October. KuCoin. Okay, yeah. So it's a pretty recent. So February is probably, there we go. So yeah, looking at this here. To be honest with you, I don't know the project at all, so I cannot really comment on this. But yeah, the exact same story that we're looking at on Bitcoin is happening here. We're seeing the price push towards the upside, but we're looking at this is the daily, by the way, but we're seeing the price push towards the upside, but we are seeing the volume decrease. This is not sustainable. This is looking like a very clear bull trap here. Again, if you're shorting this, it's probably the best thing to do. Of course, this is not financial advice, but this is looking very good for a short. I don't know the fundamentals on it, but just solely basing it off the TA, it's looking like a good short position. Okay, looking at the volume, okay, price is increasing, volume is decreasing. Textbook bull trap right there. We've also got a bearish divergence coming in as well. So price is increasing, but on the RSI, the price is decreasing. And as you said, we are very overbought on the weekly. Very overbought as well, so that's good. But of course, you cannot just use the RSI. But yeah, looking at the daily, price increasing, volume decreasing, bull trap, bull trap, bull trap, bull trap. Price increasing, and the RSI is decreasing. That's just textbook for a reversal. So for me, this is looking like a good shorting opportunity. We do also have a horizontal from this previous high here. That looks like it's just been tested, and possibly could test it again. So if you're shorting this, for me, if I was to short this, it's looking like a good short. I cannot lie, but of course I don't know the fundamentals behind it. So yeah, you just got to be. Of course, I'm sure you've looked into the fundamentals, but yeah, yeah, that's the right chart. I use a Binance chart. Yeah, so yeah, for me, technical side of things, it's looking like a good short. It's looking exactly like Bitcoin. Price increasing, volume decreasing. It's not sustainable. We're going to see a pullback unless you get a big spike in bullish volume. So, yeah, this is what I'm looking at. Still very bearish for Bitcoin. Price increasing, as I said, volume decreasing. It's just not sustainable. It's not sustainable at all. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you today. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, I will update you if anything happens with this short position, if I change anything about it, if I add to it, if I move the stop, if I close the trade, you will be the first people to know about it. But yeah, thank you very, very much for watching this live stream. I know, just quickly, we do have the PPI month over month coming out today. I'm going to speak to Ben and see if he's going to go live for that. So yeah, look out for his live if he does go live. But yeah, please make sure you smash a like on this video if you want to see more trades. I know this is not looking like a very good trade at the moment, but fingers crossed it is going to play out. Hopefully those bulls don't come in and we're going to push this price down. We made some really, really good trades over the past 2.5 months. 8 of them were winning. 1 of them was a losing trade. So we've been on a really, really good streak. Previous trade, we made 120%, $4,000 in a profit. That was a really, really nice trade. It would still be open, but unfortunately it got closed. I think I had a trailing stop on that, to be honest with you, which is quite annoying. But oh well, we move on. We've opened a new trade. Hopefully this is going to be a winning trade. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next live stream. And of course, I will be live anytime I make a change to a trade or if I open a trade. So yeah, smash the like button and I will see you in the next live. Thank you very much for watching.